this is my video blogging setup. I'm using the GoldenEye, the latest GoldenEye here for live chat. I can see live RC chat, and it's live streaming the video, so everybody can see what I see the whole day. It's going through the tablet onto the LTE network of Verizon. So let's go over there to the GoldenEye stand and let's ask them how the GoldenEye is working. What's the latest news with GoldenEye? So I'm all set up here at the Coping booth, and my setup is live streaming on the Hangout. You can see through the Verizon LTE. This is on air, Hangout on air. It's broadcasting from my head, so you can actually see the cameraman here. So I'm going to ask Jeff Jacobson here, and I'm going to actually switch over to my camera. So we're going to stop this one as soon as not yet, but I'm going to start it. I'm going to start it. So as soon as I start, you can stop yours, okay? Mm-hmm. Right. So we here is Jeff Jacobson here, and at the Verizon booth.
Yes.
CS 2013.
Yes.
So, what's your role at Coping?
I'm the senior advisor to the CEO, and I'm the program manager for GoldenEye.
So, are you the inventor of microdisplay?
I wouldn't say I'm the inventor. I was one of the first people to perceive there was a need for a small display, something that could be magnified near the eye. And back in 1990, I pursued the U.S. government to be able to obtain the funding to pursue such research. In such time, we have become the leading supplier to the U.S. military.
So is it still 30 million screens, or is it more now?
There's more now. I don't know exactly what the number is.
So what is this is the 3.8.
3.8. It's a magnesium copper titanium alloy with a Lexan shell. Lexan is basically a polycarbonate material. It was designed to be exceptionally light, to be very robust. This particular version that I'm wearing is more of a SWAT type configuration, and that it's a nitride passivated black housing, which makes it very durable. But normally on my black housing I have a black battery case, and the black battery case would have Velcro on it, and so if I'm coming in and looking for something, I have various different types of light mechanisms that just Velcro right on, so that I can be completely hands-free. Then if I want to be able to pull it off, I can. If I'm a policeman going into a bar at night, that's what you might see in your face when he comes in to talk to you. So it disorients people, actually helps the policeman subdue the situation.
So this is a new version. Can you explain what went into designing this?
Well, you want it to be as light as possible. For example, not everybody wants to wear this as a headset. So if you move these down and unlock them, you can pull them off. Now you can put clips on so that it will clip directly onto a ball cap. So when I go to put this on, I may have it configured like this, and when I put my hat on, it's just there. These are no longer necessary. It's now part of my cap. On the other hand, if I'm a person that wears a hard hat or a fireman, I've already got a hat on. I really don't want something else on my head. So there are different clips that fit right here that allow me to be able to jack it right into the fittings on either side of the hard hat or fireman's helmet. Now it just becomes part of my helmet. It's there, I can use it. I'll fashion my chin strap and I'm ready to go to work.
So what is the materials?
Well, for example, this material here is a polycarbonate called Lexan, made by General Electric. Typically people find it in the headlight covers of their cars, or they find it in the bumpers. It's extremely durable and light. The boom structure here and much of the metallization that's in this device is, as I had said earlier, a magnesium copper titanium alloy. It's very robust, very stable, even under various different temperatures. Where you've got radios, you have to have antennas. Right now in the front we have a quadruplex antenna. That gives us the ability to handle Bluetooth and Wi-Fi at 2.45 gigahertz. It also allows us to handle Wi-Fi at 5 to 5.8 gigahertz. Plus we have the same type of antenna architecture back here. It's possible to get these devices not just with a Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, but to also be able to get these devices with LTE. So now you've got full cellular capability, a full suite of Wi-Fi, and a full complement of Bluetooth radios, of which you can use one or more at any one time.
So it's flexible, right?
Yes, well, it's designed where you have a basic adjustment in the back that compensates for the width and length of people's heads. It has some compression hinges which are designed to shape around the configuration of your head, even if it's a little bit off one way or another. And it forms a nice tight bond to your head. It's very conformal, but it's not restrictive. There's no undue pressure.
And how heavy is this?
In its lightest configuration, it's about 4.5 ounces. In this current configuration, this is about 6.5 ounces. If I add flashlights and illuminators to it, if I add the IR camera, which you'll see over here, it gets up to about 8 ounces. Now this is a 640 by 480, 17 micron pixel IR camera. It provides me with both night vision as well as thermal vision. It operates in roughly the 8 micron to 13.5 micron frequency range.
Can you show how the battery comes off?
Sure. There's a little switch right here. You can hot swap batteries. So if you are running low on energy, you can pop that battery off and pop another battery back on.
Pretty long, no?
Yes. These batteries come right now in 3,000 milliamp hour capacities. They are going to become available in up to 4,000 milliamp hour capacities.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
So there's only very few prototypes today. Could this be?
Well, now that we have put together a relationship with Verizon, we're in the process of building thousands of these devices to bring to market. These devices, as a developer and evaluation kit, should become available in April. You should be able to get them through any of your Verizon resources. And of course, many people know who we are. I'd be happy to, if anyone wants to contact me, to provide additional information and help them get in contact with the people that can provide them.
So here at CS, you're getting lots of interest.
Yes, you might say we've got a lot of interest. It really doesn't matter what people do. The majority of people that go to work every day require one or both of their hands free. Even people that are hobbyists that, for example, want to work on their motorcycles or snowmobiles, who want to be able to pull down technical documentation or look at YouTube videos which might be available on how to perform a function like installing a new radio system in their car, can do that, and they can start and stop the videos real time. They can pull up all the documentation. They can even go onto the manufacturer's website and pull down information that might be new and interesting from the manufacturer's website. And they can do that with their hands with gloves on or with grease on their fingers, and they don't have to touch it.
And what could be the price?
These essentially in the basic system are not going to cost any more than roughly a high-end smartphone.
So it doesn't have to be super expensive?
No, it doesn't have to be super expensive.
Of course, it depends on the quantities that are going to be manufactured. But
well, as the quantities go up, the ability to make things less expensive becomes more possible, more feasible.
And it's just full of smart detail in the design.
Well, for example, this is a 14 megapixel normal ambient light or near IR camera. The reason that it contracts back in is that in an industrial setting, it now becomes part of the housing and it's not hanging out there. But when you move it out, now you can pivot it all around.
Nice. And if you want to switch it to your right eye, you...
Well, basically, if you want to switch it over to the other eye, you can take, in a headset configuration, take this off, swing it down like this, bring this back up, put your, we call these stabilizers on.
They don't actually hold the device, right? They just stabilize.
No, it just acts as a mild stabilization should you get involved in very aggressive activities like running or jumping or moving very quickly. And so now you've just reconfigured it.
And the software adapts automatically, and that's it?
Yep.
So there's OMAP 4.
This is an OMAP 4.
4470?
The devices we're putting out are 4470, twin core arms, full DSP, hardware accelerators for both 3G graphical information as well as for high-speed video.
Nice. So I think congratulations again, best of CES.
Thank you very much.
So what are you doing here?
There we go.
What did you just do?
There we go. Alrighty.
I just rebooted the software.
Thank you. Alrighty.
Who are you?
Who am I? My name is Chris Parkinson from Coping Corporation. I'm showing you the GoldenEye headset. This is the latest generation that we're introducing at CES this year. This is a fully featured headset computer. I think we've talked about this in the past. Now I'm going to show you how we might apply this to firefighting. So I wear this, and as I don this, I am Firefighter 1 in our example. I have a forward-facing camera. I'm able to capture the video in ahead of me and stream it over Wi-Fi to the control center behind me. So if you see up here, we have my live video feed. The control center can also track me through GPS and show me on the map. And it also shows me the other 4 firefighters in my group. We can bring these guys up and we can find out what's this guy seeing in his camera, and also his biometric information, pulse, respiration rate, and we can even track his head orientation. We have the ability to determine whether he's standing upright or even lying face down, in which case he might be in trouble and need some help. Now, this two-way video feed enabled by Verizon's LTE is great for me connecting to the command center, but there's occasion when I need to talk to my other firefighting friends, so I can actually command their video stream to come right into my device. Firefighter 2. So what we see now is that on my screen I get to see Firefighter 2's live video, his biometric information, and now I can communicate with him directly.
So are you seeing what we see behind you?
Yes, we're seeing exactly the same thing.
This is in the headset?
Correct. And now I can actually go back to my command center and say, hey, I need some help. Call for help. So we see now the command center, we get the message that Firefighter 1 is requiring some assistance. So I can see what's going on, bring his information up, and say, hey buddy, what's wrong with you? It says, well, I need a map. I'm stuck in a burning building. How do I get out? So we can quickly scribble a map on a bit of paper and send it over to him for visual display, allowing him to escape. But now the next problem is, he's now confronted with smoke. He can't see a thing. So at this point, he switches on his thermal camera, which is also built into the headset. And the view he will get then is something like this. So he cannot see anything because it's pitch black. But when he looks down into his display, he now gets a full thermal view and is able to navigate through the building and maybe even find an unconscious child and pick him up and bring him to safety.
And this is, where is the camera right now?
The infrared camera right now is actually up here for this view.
Yeah. But that could be right there on the
It's
side.
located on the side typically.
All right.
Yes.
So what kind of other demos do you have here?
That's the standard demo that we're showing off here today.
Firefighter demo.
The firefighter demo. We're also showing other software, generic software, that is more applicable to social networking and maybe a consumer device that may follow in the years to come.
So you would think about this for firefighters, for police?
Yes, certainly. We have many similar situations to this. For example, paramedics might wear this. If you have a patient on the floor here that needs attention, donning this headset and then attending to the patient means that the live high-definition video stream can be sent to ER. The emergency room can be looking at this and then talking me through the process of how to prepare the patient for transport. And they are now also preparing for his receipt into the ER room.
So how hard is it to do all this? Can we meet your software team?
Sure, we've got a software team in the UK. I'll meet some of them. They're software engineers, so they may not be too friendly. In fact, gentlemen, would you like to introduce yourself to the camera now? I told you they're a software team. They don't have social graces, but here they are. These are the software team from the UK who are putting together a lot of the really great software to power GoldenEye.
So are you having fun here in Las Vegas? Yeah. Are you like programming the whole night?
First couple of days.
So how hard is it to add an application to the system? How can you do it? The microphone is over here.
It's extremely easy to work with.
But let me come and talk to my chest.
We've created a platform which makes it very easy to create applications on GoldenEye. So it's actually much easier than it might appear.
So is it like an SDK?
Yes, there's an SDK with a whole family of controls specialised to GoldenEye for voice control and head tracker control. It's as simple as putting those controls together in the form that you want, and you've got an application.
So can you talk about the platform? Today is Windows CE. Can it also be Android?
I think that's wide open. I think we're certainly looking at Android. Obviously, that's the operating system of choice for lots of platforms these days, and so we will be stupid to ignore that.
All right.
Well, actually, straight from the Coping head office, I can tell you that we actually have decided to go Android, and in the next 2 months we'll be switching over from Windows to a full Android ice cream sandwich operating system, which actually is it makes it wide open for the millions of developers out there to start writing really exciting augmented reality applications with this device.
That's just going to be so awesome. And this is a future version. They're teasing with it up there. They told me it's actually fully working hardware. I mean, it could work. It's a mock-up, but it is for real, and it's even lighter. That's coming.
Peut-être, mais on apprend à se connaître. Je me révèle petit à petit. Et parfois, ce n'est pas à mon avantage, certes. Mais j'aime trop dans un sens sortir ou avoir ma propre vie, ma propre indépendance.